Welcome to another episode of Chat with Kat, where I have real chats with real people about real life experiences. Today, I wanted to talk about limitations and where we're getting stuck in our own limitations and not moving forward in our life. So let's get started. I wanted to talk about limitations today because it's been coming up a lot. And I find when there's these nudges or intuitive messages coming through, I got to jump on it and get her done. So today, in terms of talking about limitations, what limitations are you fighting for in your own life right now? Are you fighting for your limitations in the fact that you keep telling yourself you can't? Like, oh, I can't do this because of work. I can't do this because of the weather. I can't do this because I don't have time. I can't do this because I don't have money. Canting yourself is one of the worst things that you can offer yourself, because if you look at the other side of things, and my wonderful coach and friend Jody has been a huge guide for this train of thought and this perspective. So thank you, Jody. But why are you not showing yourself all the cans, all the ways it's possible that you can do it? Because if one other person in this world, and this is from Jody, but I truly believe when you have a message and it resonates, it's your job to then share it with others so they can experience it too. So if one other person in this world was able to go do the thing that you wanted to do, that means it's possible. It doesn't matter how they did it. It doesn't matter how their experience went. All that matters is that they showed you that there is one way, at least, to go do the thing that you want to do. A lot of people struggle with getting in shape, feeling the best version of themselves, getting in those old healthy habits again. The problem isn't the habits themselves, it's the mindset around the habits. Are you telling yourself it's so hard to go meal prep? It's so hard to get good groceries. Everything's so expensive. Or are you looking at it from the perspective of, and this is my belief, it doesn't have to be your belief. That's the great thing about perspectives, is we're allowed to hold our own. My belief truly is it's freaking cheap to go get healthy food. I can show you my last fruit and vegetable haul, you guys. I spent $20. I got a 4-pound bag of potatoes. I got 2 mini watermelons, which, if you know, mini watermelons ain't cheap all the time. I got pears. I got mangoes, 4 and 6. And I got a bag of organic carrots. 20 bucks. Cheaper than that pizza you just ordered. And it lasted me 4 or 5 days. It's incredible, you guys, what you can get. But I'm also the best grocery shopper in the world, and I get all the deals. So if you want to learn that trick, reach out to me, because I am the best shopper in the world when it comes to getting deals, and planning ahead what I wish to pay for stuff happens 90% of the time. Pretty awesome. Anyways, limitations. Let's get back on track. So are you limiting yourself by what you're telling yourself? Oh, I don't have time to go to the gym. Oh, it's too expensive to go to the gym. I don't feel like going for a walk. I don't have the energy to go do these things. Those are all things that you're telling yourself that aren't even true. Is it true that you can't go for a walk? I bet you could get up and walk to the fridge or the cupboard and go get chips right now. Just saying. I'm a firm believer in, whenever you say, I don't want to, or I don't feel like it, you have 7 seconds to get your ass up and go do that thing. Because number one, you're going to start creating belief in yourself. Number two, you're going to make yourself proud. And number three, you're going to realize how much the things you're avoiding are the things that you actually feel better doing. But we live in a society that is constantly programming us to be the lowest vibration of ourself, the lowest version of ourself. so that you are always finding ways to give yourself excuses and limit yourself to being the best person that you can be and showing up in that way. Let's talk about other things, jobs, businesses, careers. There's so many things I see floating around now where people are going to do the minimum amount of effort that they're getting paid to do. That was not what it was like. Never thought I'd say this. When I was growing up, that's not what it was like. But you're just placing limitations on yourself. Use these as opportunities in this moment to build your skill set, to build your knowledge. And then once you're good at it, go somewhere else. Everything is temporary, you guys. You only have today. You only have this moment in this life to live to your fullest potential. So I don't know what limitations you're giving yourself today, whether you're on the can't train, the I don't feel like it, the I don't want to train, but stop. Stop feeding into your doubts and start planting seeds of greatness. And you guys, I can do a whole episode on all these cliche sayings that I've heard over and over for the last 10 years. But I will tell you this. Once you have the actual experience of what that saying means, it then makes sense. Like, nothing changes if nothing changes. Well, okay, makes sense. If you don't change your habits and you don't go to the gym and you don't eat better, then nothing changes in your health. Logically makes sense. But then when you go through the experience and you start to make those changes and you start to realize they're actually easier than living the opposite in your limitations right now, life gets a lot easier when you stop telling yourself why you can't, why you're limited. You're not limited. You're limitless. You have a whole world of possibilities in front of you. And I am no perfection at this, but I can tell you what I am perfect at. I'm perfect at the roller coaster ride because instead of fearing the roller coaster ride and getting disappointed and discouraged because 1 minute things are great, the next minute things aren't, and me feeding my energy into that constantly up and down, it was a frustrating ride. But you know what? At the end of last year, 2023, I said no more. This version of me is no longer allowed to live in 2024. That's it. I'm deciding as of December 31st, 2023, to live my best life, to start manifesting, creating, and going out into the world and showing up as my best self. And you know what? The last month and a half, you guys, I'm telling you, the roller coaster did go down. But here's the thing. I created ways to move through these things easily and effortlessly because it's going to happen no matter what. I don't believe there's a perpetual just spike and you keep going up and up and up and up and up. There are things that are going to come up to challenge you because if things were just all easy and effortless and happy, then there would be nothing to grow towards. There would be nothing to shoot for. So I think everything has its purpose. It's just how much energy you feed into it. So today, I ask you to take a look at what limitations are you placing on yourself today. And this goes for me too, but ask yourself, am I telling myself these things to keep myself stuck and comfortable so I have the excuse to stay here in this life? because I used to do that. I used to wallow in self-pity. I used to give myself all the excuses. See, I put the effort in, didn't work, wasn't meant to be for me. Have you done that before? We all have. But I'm telling you right now, life gets fucking magical, you guys. When you let go, you release your limitations, you start rewiring your limiting beliefs, you start to plant seeds of inspiration, of courage, of love, rather than fear, doubt, and insecurity. You guys, a week ago, I had no idea what was going to happen. And I said, fuck it. I'm just going to embrace the uncertainty, and anything can show up at any time. And lo and behold, I was able to serve 3 clients that week. On Monday, I had no idea. I didn't even know that was a possibility. We hadn't even discussed it. On Friday, all 3 clients were signed up, ready to go. So I said, well, imagine if I can do that last week, what can I do this week? So now again, I detach from my limitations, my doubts, my fears, my worries, my expectations, and we're going to create some magic this week. But you know what happened from the momentum of that? Is it created this energy and excitement and this faith, this knowing that everything will work out. I don't know what's to come, you guys, but I'm excited for it. And I can tell you one thing, I haven't felt this way in a while. I've had glimpses of it, don't get me wrong, but fully from the inside out, when you start to live from within instead of from without, and detach yourself from everything outside of you, everything that is out of your control, life is magical, beautiful, joyful, peaceful, free. So I encourage you today, stop limiting yourself. Stop giving yourself the woe is me, the excuses. Stop proving to yourself why you can't. Because you can just as easily prove to yourself that you can. And it's easier when you do the things that you're resisting than living in the resistance. Okay? And if you want to jumpstart this process, I have a free 21-day challenge. It is a group on my Facebook. It is also uploaded on my TikTok every day because I wanted to give you guys one tool every day. 3 to 4 minutes you get to spend with me. That's it. And I think I'm funny sometimes, but I will post everything so that you can go check it out and you can start using these tools and you can change your life and your habits today. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Chat with Kat. I wish you all the love, peace, joy, and freedom as you transform from within.